Nobel laureate and Pulitzer Prize-winning author and activist, Pearl S. Buck lived the first half of her life in China and the last half in Bucks County, Pennsylvania, at her historic farmhouse. Buck is known as a writer who bridged the cultures of the East and West through her stories and humanitarian work. Buck was not only a prolific writer, but she was also in the forefront of the fight against discrimination based on race, gender, religion, ethnicity, and disability in America as early as the 1930s. As a lifelong member of the NAACP, the Urban League, and trustee and recipient of an honorary doctorate from Howard University, Pearl S. Buck passionately and fearlessly fought against the injustice of prejudice in America decades before the 1960s civil rights movement. Along with other scholars and human rights advocates, she championed equality for immigrants and Americans of African, Chinese, and Japanese descent, as well as for Native Americans and biracial individuals. Expanding opportunity for all, regardless of race, was Pearl Buck's life work, and it was intimately personal to her. Having spent the first 40 years of her life as a minority in her beloved China, she was no stranger to being different. When she returned to the United States in 1934, she was disillusioned to find widespread injustice, including segregation, internment, and other systemic forms of discrimination thriving in the lands her parents had described as a utopian home of the free and the brave. The ever-observant and curious Pearl S. Buck wrote more than 1,000 works in her lifetime, many focusing on addressing issues in which she was familiar, such as the good earth, which drew from her missionary experience in rural China. Buck was able to create a portrait of what life was like in the widely unknown culture of rural China and was able to create a bridge of understanding with her words. As an adoptive mother of 7 children, she became outraged upon learning that adoption agencies in the United States considered biracial children to be unadoptable. In 1949, Buck, along with her husband, rallied their neighbors, including James A. Michener, Oscar and Dorothy Hammerstein II, and the Burpees, to create Welcome House, a foster home and community to help unite these children with loving families. In 1964, Buck founded the organization that today is Pearl S. Buck International. Its mission was to build better lives for children suffering discrimination due to circumstances of their birth. Today, Pearl S. Buck International provides opportunities to explore and appreciate other cultures, builds better lives for children around the globe, and promotes the legacy of our founder by preserving and interpreting her National Historic Landmark home. Our programs build the cultural bridge and help to cultivate global citizens through education, travel, and exchange programs. Specifically, Pearl S. Buck International's High School Leadership Program encourages students to understand the needs of children abroad, gain leadership and humanitarian skills, and develop a meaningful service project. We serve our community through programs and events including our exhibit gallery, gift shop, traditional holiday tours, school tours, monthly events including writing workshops, as well as beautiful rental facility opportunities available for private events. Since its inception, Pearl S. Buck International has transformed the lives of more than 2 million children and families in Korea, Thailand, Taiwan, China, United States, Vietnam, the Philippines, and more. We at Pearl S. Buck International believe that all children deserve access to a nurturing environment in which to grow and thrive. This includes proper education, nutrition, and preventative health care as a fundamental requirement. Our child sponsorship program matches a donor to an individual child, in which donors provide aid to enhance the quality of life for the child, as well as exchange letters with one another. Others may utilize our online marketplace to purchase small items to meet the needs of the children, like new shoes, clothing, or school supplies. Our website also provides the opportunity for donors to contribute to a large-scale project like building a new bathroom in an orphanage. The Pearl S. Buck National Historic Home is situated in the Bucks County countryside on 67 acres and tells the story of how she advocated for cross-cultural understanding and promoted racial harmony. The house decor reveals Buck's multicultural experience and worldview. The traditional American farmhouse is filled with art, furniture, textiles, and collectibles from around the world, reflecting Buck's travels and love of all cultures. Buck's passion for music is illuminated by her Art Deco Steinway in the main living room. The 2 greenhouses next to her office show her penchant for gardening and love of beauty. The house has more than 8,000 books in 2 libraries and throughout the home, indicative of the family's love for literature, value for education, and the thirst for diverse viewpoints. Throughout the Pearl S. Buck House Museum, stories of the past and stimulating conversations about the present are shared, which help to shape a more just and humane future. Pearl S. Buck International inspires visitors to embrace and engage in continuing Buck's legacy by making meaningful, lifelong contributions within the community. Enjoy your tour.